Tonight's makeup isn't just pretty, it's somehow powerful. Shimmering eyes, a sculpted skin, and lips that say luxury. Ready for that high-class makeup look, which is perfect for special occasions? Let me show you the perfect high-class glam look. Today we're going to talk about how to get that flawless, perfect makeup for special occasions, especially if you want to look, high class. This is the makeup that you need. So here are some tips for having that high class makeup, which is perfect for special occasions. First, never start your makeup without hydration. That's essential. Second, remember to shave your face, but not right before the makeup because it might cause some irritations. And remember to clean your brows. I'm not suggesting you to do anything specific with your brows. I'm just telling you to clean them a little bit to get that perfect high-class makeup you want. And remember, a high-class makeup which is perfect for special occasions needs to be minimal. Keep everything simple and natural because it also gives you a clean look, which is somehow lovely, right? Since this is summertime and there's a lot of sunshine outside, I'm using my colored sunscreen, which is a perfect choice for today's makeup. And since we want to keep everything minimal, I'm not applying much sunscreen. I'm just simply going to spread it everywhere, especially on my neck as well. And after spreading it with my finger, I am actually going to dab with a beauty sponge. A wet beauty sponge, of course. Your base should feel like silk. And this is something that photographs beautifully and still looks like skin. Now I'm just gonna dot my concealer on my blemishes. Blending these parts could be a little bit tricky, but if you want to know how to blend them perfectly, check out the video I have linked here for you. Because in that video I tell you how to get rid of any kind of spots that you want. Now for the under eye, I'm going to apply my hydrating concealer because I don't want any cakey business. So I'm applying a creamy concealer, which is also hydrating. And then I gently dab it under my eyes and at the back of my eyelids as well. This looks pretty natural and glossy. For sculpting my face, I'm applying creamy contour. But since I want to keep everything minimal, I'm going to apply it with my finger. So I'm just going to take a little bit of it and I dot it on my skin. As you can see, this is very much small. I'm not going to spread it everywhere because I don't want to create any kind of harsh lines. I'm just going to blend it the way it is. When you take a small amount, everything becomes easier. With a fluffy brush, I'm gonna blend it completely into my skin. I'm gonna repeat it for my other side. I'm just gonna apply some small dots to create a very beautiful shape. And then after blending with my finger, I'm gonna blend it with my brush. That's it. Now for the blush, I'm gonna apply my cream blush because it gives me a very much cleaner version of this makeup look. This much would be enough. I'm gonna divide it with my fingers. I've got two fingers. One finger is for this cheek and I'm just gonna blend it exactly there on my apples of my cheeks. With the other finger, I apply it to my other side. A little bit of the highlighter can make the makeup perfect. I'm just gonna add on my cheekbones. You see the beautiful light? You can also apply a little bit on the tip of your nose. I'm just going to sculpt my nose with my powder contour. And I add the same contour on my crease. I'm just going to brush my eyebrows to create a clean look. But I'm not going to do anything specific because I want to keep everything minimal, as I said before. Here's what I'm going to do with my eyes. Just gonna add a transition color to my eyelids. You can use any color that you want, but my recommendation for staying high class is to use nude colors. With a more precise brush, I take a darker shade to somehow create definition. And I'm gonna add it to my outer corner. You see that? I'm just gonna blend it exactly like this. I'm gonna tap and tap. And then I'm gonna drag. And you know, I'm using somehow angled brush. So you see, you don't have to do anything specific. You just have to tap right there. And then after tapping, you can start dragging. I'm gonna add this a little bit on my lower lash lines as well. Now with my finger, I take a soft shimmery shade and then I simply add it to the center of my lid. Now for the eyeliner, I'm applying a brown color because I think if I use black colors, it will drop a little bit onto the under eye and it will create a messy look. So this is a better choice for me. Let's do it. With a small brush, I take a little bit of this eyeliner. And it's quite easy. I'm just putting my brush at the outer corner and I am extending it upward. So let's do it again. Almost everything is over. We created a gentle look. Let's go to the lashes. You know, I believe if you want to stay cleaner, if you want to be high class, avoid using false lashes. Although you can still apply them, but you know, when you look natural, it is as if that you were much more high class. You know, I myself am a very big fan of false lashes. And whenever I want to go somewhere which I think I need to be so much beautiful, I at least try to apply some half lashes or maybe individual lashes. But for special occasions and if you want to stay more classy, this is my recommendation. Just stick to the mascara and leave the false lashes. I'm just gonna add to the tip of my lashes. Nude lip colors are perfect for this makeup look. First, I'm gonna apply my lipstick. This actually smells great. And then second, I apply my lip liner. But I'm just going to shape my lips. I'm not going to do any kind of exaggeration. The makeup is done, as you can see, and you can also apply this kind of makeup whenever you want. It doesn't have to be special occasions, and you can also apply different kinds of makeup on special occasions, but my recommendation is to stay minimal. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe me for more beauty tips. And if you like my content, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss anything. Thank you so much. Bye!